refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit music ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday, only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Tara na't simulan ang inyong umaga sa mga magagandang refleksyon tungkol sa ating buhay at pananampalataya. Kasama sina Father J. Boy Gonzales at Father Nono Alfonso ng Kapisanan ni Jesus, Binibining Risa Singson Kaupeng ng Feast Magazine, Father Fiel Pareha mula sa Archdiocese ng San Fernando, Pampanga, at Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle. Dito sa Kapet Pandasal sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Tara na't simulan ang inyong umaga sa mga magagandang refleksyon tungkol sa ating buhay at pananampalataya. Kasama sina Father J. Boy Gonzales at Father Nono Alfonso ng Kapisanan ni Jesus, Binibining Risa Singson Kaupeng ng Feast Magazine, Father Fiel Pareha mula sa Archdiocese ng San Fernando, Pampanga, at Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle. Dito sa Kapet Pandasal sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at buhay at tenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawan ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, tunong at tulog, lipat na Blue Eagle, kaning giting nagigil, blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
gentlemen, may I have your attention?
If it's entertainment you crave, catch us on New Wave. Surfing through the latest on our shores.
New Wave.
Every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
New Wave.
See you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention?
If it's entertainment you crave, catch us on New Wave. Surfing through the latest on our shores.
New Wave.
Every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
New Wave.
See you there. For the first time in 6 months, this is New Wave. So hello everybody, it's good to see you all here. I am literally back in Katipunan. This is my first time in studio and on campus since my graduation last year. So it's very nice to be back. For those watching us, please let us know how we sound. Let us know if it's clear, if everything's going, so that we can serve you the best. So, a lot has happened both in and out of Katipunan since the last time I was here. We've got a great new studio. And of course, over here in Katipunan, we have a lot of fun things lined up for you. So, we all know of Hangad, their contribution to the music scene here in Ateneo. And very, very early on in my New Wave days, I always had this segment called Local Finds where I would feature some fun stuff, products, everything that was made in and for the Philippines. So here to talk to me about Hangad's newest launch is Sir Lester Mendiola. So hi, Sir Lester.
Hi, Max. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's so nice to see you again.
I know. It's been so long.
Right? Even for the two of us, like, I find it so weird that the last time we physically saw each other was almost a year ago.
I know, right?
Yeah. So, tell us.
How does it feel to be back in the studio?
Oh my gosh, it feels so weird because the last time I was here, I was a student. Like, I remember the last time I set foot here was the Santa Cruzan last year.
Oh, yes.
Where you guys surprised me pa. I had to sing on Josh Live and everything. And like, I don't know, because it feels like so much life happened in between then and now. It's like the same but different. But it's good to be back. It's really good to be back.
Well, traffic's still the same, so...
Oh my goodness. Tell me about it. Like, I really thought that somehow there would be improvement, but that's how it is. Any time of day.
Right.
So, Sir Lester, tell us about Hangad's new release and how we're going to celebrate it.
Yep. In the past few weeks, we actually released a couple of singles that's going to be part of the new album of Hangad. It's entitled Bawat Pintig. It's a 15-track album.
Oh, wow.
And it's a mix of new compositions, old compositions, and covers. And basically, the album is about different kinds of love.
Oh, okay. That's going to be fun to listen to. So, tell us a little more about the different kinds of love. And is the album like, how is the flow? Is it like one type of love per chapter? How will it go?
There are 15 songs in the album.
Yes.
And there's love for God,
of course,
love for country, and then there are songs that also talks about love with your significant other, love with your parents, lolo and lola.
Of course.
Many facets of love that somehow the members of Hangad experience throughout their life. So it's not our very typical religious content. So it's religious, inspirational, album.
Yeah, it's a very different approach, but of course we're excited to see it. So, how are we celebrating the launch?
Yes. Well, the album is going to drop on Friday on all digital music platforms. So this coming Friday, but the launch will happen on Saturday.
Yes, yes.
At Gateway Mall 2. It's the new mall in Araneta City. It's at Quantum Skyview,
Okay.
Upper Ground B. It's happening this
Ground B,
Saturday at 2:30 p.m.
All right. So, what can audiences expect to see when they drop by?
Well, of course, Hangad will be performing some of the new songs from the album live. And then they have a special guest, which is Himig de San Isidro. They are a choir from San Isidro Labrador Parish in Nangka, Marikina.
All right. So, that's something to look forward to as well. Now, admission.
Yes, admission is definitely free. So,
Great.
actually, Max, kasabay namin yung mga ibang
Okay.
famous acts happening
Yes.
around Araneta City. Diba? Bini has a concert. And then, sino pa ba? Si Kim.
Kim So Hyun has a fan meet.
Yes. Kim So Hyun has a fan meet. And then, at 2:30, it will be our show. So, kasi
Okay,
gabi pa naman
okay.
yata yung mga concerts nila eh.
Yes, yes. So, people who are in the area can definitely come, drop by. This is a very nice way of spending your Saturday with us and with your family, with those who you love. Am I right, Sir Lester?
Yes. And we have a limited edition songbooks that will be available for choirs who'd like to sing the songs from the album. We'll be selling songbooks as well.
Perfect. So there are many reasons to drop by and we will definitely be looking forward to it. So, Sir Lester, please reiterate date, time, and then area. Since it's the new part of Araneta, what are the landmarks?
Araneta.
Yes, no.
It's actually the mall near Farmers.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
The new part.
Yeah. So again, we would like to invite you to join us in the album launch of Bawat Pintig Hangad Music Ministries Love album. It's happening this Saturday, June 29, 2024 at 2:30 p.m. Quantum Skyview, Upper Ground B, Gateway Mall 2 in Araneta City, Cubao.
Great. So it's going to be a fun time and you're probably going to catch some of us there also.
Yes, hope to see you, Max.
We'll see each other then. We'll see each other then for sure. So, okay, let's check out the comments. And I guess since we're talking about love also, this is a great way to segue into this fun fact from my dad who put it in the comments. Hangad of the late 90s sang at our wedding way back then. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, exactly. It's going to be very meaningful for us because I'm going to be bringing both of my parents there. So, imagine that. We're going to be watching Hangad as a family. And I think as the three of us, this would be the first time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then what better topic to celebrate it than love? Love for
Yes,
family. So
yes.
you, Sir Lester, who are you going to be watching with?
I'm watching with Kuya Ray. we're the ones organizing the concert, so
Of course.
We'll be very busy doing some production work and then greeting some of our guests
Of
and
course.
some of her followers from the Jesuit Music Ministry. So we hope to see you there.
Definitely. A concert of this kind is also one of our ways of saying thank you to our community, to our
Yes.
listeners, of course, and what better way than to do it together. So, we actually have a third member who will be joining this table talk. In a few minutes, we are just waiting for him. Am I right, Sir Lester? And for the second half of this segment, we will also be welcoming another person making his comeback, Awit Award-nominated singer-songwriter Jace Roque. So there's a lot to stay tuned for this hour. So, Sir Les, what else has been happening with JMM especially?
Well, this year we are actually observing the centennial birth anniversary
Yes,
of Father Eduardo
Oh, okay.
Hontiveros, SJ, father of Filipino liturgical music. So we started it last December, and then we're observing it the entire year. We have a lot of projects lined up. So we have a new Vespers album coming soon. We're releasing it by single. And then Pansol Choir is releasing a full Honti
Yes.
album. It's liturgical music, songs of Father Honti. These are songs that are, some of them are familiar, but majority of the material is new and unpublished. So watch out for that. I think that's happening around August.
Oh, okay.
And then we have a big concert around October.
Oh, okay. So
watch out for that.
it's a busy year for you guys.
It is. It is.
It is. And I already heard some of your plans from earlier. So there's really a lot for the community to look forward to. So, Sir Lester, what else has been going on in Katipunan?
Well, in Katipunan, we just want to congratulate all the graduates.
Of course. So congratulations
How do you
to
call the batch?
2024. Batch 2024.
Yes. So the graduation, the baccalaureate mass happened last Saturday, I think. And then
Yes.
graduations, I think, until Sunday. So
Yes,
there are
yes.
graduations for
school,
different
per
schools
school.
last Sunday. So congratulations to all the graduates and welcome to the workforce.
You know, so one thing that I actually just learned recently, like over the weekend, is how the different universities call their graduating batches. So there are some schools that refer to the batches by the year they entered the university. So like, example,
okay.
like if I went to that university, my batch would be 18, not 2022 or 2023. And then here in Ateneo...
Because they entered in 2018?
Yes.
Okay.
And then here
alright.
in Ateneo, we're often referred to by our graduating year. Like, since we start,
Batch
it'll be like...
2024.
Exactly, like that. And then, another way that we Ateneans refer to our batches is by our ORSEM name. So, yes.
There are some names?
Yes, there are ORSEM names. Like, there have been times where, like, people have asked me, like, oh, which batch are you from? And then when I say 2018 or 2022, they say, okay, but ORSEM name, what was it? So then I say, oh, Taya, like that. Or Tuloy, like that. So, like,
alright.
that's just a very interesting and unique thing about entering college in Ateneo, the different ways that we refer to things like that. Now, you know, walking around campus also, like I said, everything feels the same but different. I noticed that things changed, like, physically and literally. There are roads that were not there before. There's
a new parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it feels...
New restaurants in Katipunan.
New
there
restaurants,
are.
like
Yeah.
what? This is still a local find, Sir Les.
There's Kanto Freestyle already.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we are welcoming the third member of our table.
The third member of Beanie.
This is so difficult. My God.
The third Katipunero. So, hello,
Yes.
Sir Justin.
I am the third Beanie. Benny.
Beanie Justin.
Bunny
Beanie Justin. Beanie
Yeah.
Justin has entered the chat.
Hiya. It's me again.
It's me. Hi.
You're a beanie, but you sound like Uncle Roger.
Maybe you'll be the one dancing later. Maybe.
Oh yeah, we have that reach 1,000 and
How did we fare?
I don't know. I'm not
Well,
sure.
you
I
guys.
haven't checked that.
You guys.
It's so hard kasi ako yung tech eh. Ako din yung tech, diba? So like, I have to juggle myself, just to get into this, interview. But of course, we'd like to welcome back Max because she's been out. I saw our caption board,
Yes.
and I found out like your last show was like December something 2023.
Yes, 6
Last
months
year.
ago.
Grabe.
Like, the last time I went on was right before Christmas break. Like, I just finished the term. And then, well, life happened after
Yeah,
that.
a lot
Yes.
of things have happened, of course. But yeah, I mean, we want to know what have you been up to for that past 6 months, and of course, you took a break. We heard from you a bit, but I know we know.
A bit. Our group chat was very much alive.
Yeah, we actually have like a group thread of sorts, talking, updating each
Which
other.
one? The RK After Dark?
Well, there are a lot.
We have many group chats. We're a very
we have to
close
censor
community.
a bit for some of the threads.
This was my way of actually telling students if they want to be part of a very nice, close community where they can learn from people who are already in the workforce, internships at RK
Oh,
are the
of
way to
course,
go.
yes.
Of course. It's very solid. I mean, these two of all people would know that when I was a student, I was always here.
Yeah, you used to, of course, you used to be our intern, and of course, we started actually just as a
Yeah.
regular host, and now we even, I guess you guys have started it pretty much, like
Yes,
the
yes.
movement of.
Oh yeah, you guys
Wow,
did.
yeah.
So the first batch of students who actually, did their programs here, who volunteered their time. So now that we have actually now that we have the arcade, the Arcada, we call them the Arcada,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
student DJ program. So more and more Athenians are. Like,
it's so
getting
nice
in.
to see from time to time people who finish an internship here in JASCOM or RK, and then they come back and
That's
then
cute.
they make
Yeah, they keep on
kwento, and
coming
then
back.
Aw.
they volunteer,
Cute.
they help us out.
Aw,
Yeah.
okay.
Sometimes they just want to make kwento about what.
or just update us,
Yeah.
That's cute.
of what they've been up to. In fact, like, diba, one of them even became our employee.
Oh yeah, Teo.
Hello, Teo.
Shout
Wherever
out
you
to
are
Teo.
right now. Yeah.
Shout out to Teo who did not make it to Katipunan today.
I know, but yeah, of course. So those things. Simple, but yet it's very heartwarming for us.
sure.
Knowing that you guys have enjoyed your stay, and that's what actually we would want to happen. Whenever, of course, we accept interns, not just the learning, but it's really more of the culture that we have here.
Definitely. But a lot of learning goes on here, both radio skills and life skills, which
Yeah.
actually prepared me for the things I've been doing the past few months. So I've been creating
Yeah.
content.
So what have you been up to?
Okay, so of course, like when I was still here, the two of you know that my content would focus mainly on the cafes we would go to, places to
Yeah.
eat, things
Yeah.
that I use and I like. And of course, I still do that. But what I branched out into doing is also making content related to Philippine history. Because, of course, I want to show both high school, university students, and anyone with a general interest in history that it doesn't need to be boring. These are things that we can consume like how we'd consume any other type of content. We don't
Yeah.
always, right? We don't always need to learn about it in such an academic or classroom setup.
Right.
It can also be presented in a nice way for social media. So, on my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, I post the things I do as a descendant of Jose Rizal. So, like, I give like glimpses into when I speak, the events I go to, the people I meet, and the projects that, of course, we discuss, we talk about. And then weekly, I always post shorts about historical facts. So, of course, a lot is about Jose Rizal. I think you guys have seen that. I also did a video about Gumburza. That was also my review of it, which I really enjoyed. And then today, later, I'll be talking about another hero, Emilio Jacinto. So at 6 p.m., that will come out on my Instagram.
I mean, your content's very unique for your age and for your generation. I
Yes.
mean, especially now that
So people will
everything's in-
stop calling Gomborza as Majoha.
especially now that everything's like in TikTok and YouTube, like YouTube University, TikTok University, and all. So like, it's refreshing to know that people, like young people like you, have this thought of creating content that talks about our history, which is
It's important. It
Again,
shouldn't
yeah.
be erased.
correct. Yan nga, sabi nga natin, mahalaga na maibahagi natin, yung kasaysayan natin. Because that's where we all came from, diba? And
Exactly.
the younger generation must actually preserve,
Right.
these treasures and, these knowledge.
Exactly. And one perspective I have also about being familiar with and keeping up with our history is it also, in a way, tells us how to proceed. Because, like, let's be real here, a lot has happened, even if our country is young. And there are always lessons that we can learn from that we shouldn't repeat so that
Yeah.
our future could be bright.
Or at least learn from,
Yeah,
what
exactly.
they've done back
Exactly.
then. So,
Or
the
sometimes we need
learnings-
to learn the hard way.
Oh well, yes.
Sadly, but
sadly.
of course, if we can learn a nice, easy way, that's what we would want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Of
so.
course. And history, of course, has laid foundations for us. I mean, the past century alone has been one of like growth, struggle. So everyone has laid down foundations for us. It's important for us to continue and build upon those as well. Right. So you guys can see all of this on my Instagram and TikTok at Hannah Maxine Cruz and my YouTube at Hannah Maxine. Also, all of these videos are working towards something, so that's also something you guys should check out.
Okay.
But you will need to keep up with my socials to see what the something is.
Well, it's for it's up to us, I guess.
Exactly.
To check it out. Mhm.
Exactly, to check it out.
Okay. Well, anyway, I have to run because I know.
Run back.
Yeah, because I know the next you have, of course, Jace.
Of
Coming
course.
in, so we'll have to check that out. So
Well, thank you for the warm welcome.
of course.
Of course. So before actually we have to go as well. Let's read some of the comments before we go. This is our hello and our goodbye, Sir Lester. So of course, my trusty viewer who is always here, and I'm so grateful that you are back here 6 months later, Miss Maria Victoria Edaponan. She said, hello po, Miss Maxine. Happy to see you again in your Wednesday show. New Wave, more power and God bless. Hello again. It's so nice to see you, especially after 6 months. So I'm so glad that you came back. Jace is here. Hello, Jace. Welcome back to you too. We'll be seeing you in a few minutes.
Teo
And
says,
then-
sino yun?
Of course he did. Who is Teo Ricaforte? Archaic
Hi,
Exposed.
Teo.
Hi, Teo. Enjoy wherever you are.
And he's probably in the south, so
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Very, very far away from us. And I guess from our DMs also, hello to Ian who wanted to be here today but sadly could not join us. He's also been
Ian.
a big help.
Yeah, how are you, Ian? We miss you.
Bring your DMs to the comment section, Ian. And then there was something that went away. There we go. From my dad. Hello po, Miss Maxine. Love the Darth Vader colors of the studio. I
Sir
noticed
Gino.
that, Sir Lester, actually. Was it intentional, the Darth Vader colors of the studio?
No, it's not. I don't think it's intentional. Yeah.
Well, it's a fun color scheme.
Mhm.
So actually, the last time I was here, the only time I did a show in this studio was when I had Becoming Filipino here. And it was very different then. Like, the walls still didn't have...
The walls are
this
still
one.
white.
Yes, the walls were
Yeah.
still white.
Yeah.
And then, I think the poster looked a bit different.
Mhm.
Yeah, the poster still looked a bit different. And then we didn't have the lights yet.
Mhm.
It's nice to see how the place has grown. Right, so okay, so we'll give Sir Justin a few more minutes. Now, allow me also to take this time to bring attention to the ASMPH cat community because right now, for those who don't know, ASMPH is the Ateneo School of Medicine and Public Health. And right now, Ateneo is known as a loving community towards its animals, but sadly, the campus can no longer house some of the cats. So, if you would like to adopt some of these cats, give them a forever home. Their Instagram is asph.cats. You can contact them and talk to them about adopting some of these fur babies because kawawa, we don't want them to be displaced. And of course, a pet always boosts your morale, makes you happy, and cats, I think, maintain themselves. Though me and Sir Lester are dog
They're-
people.
Yeah, they're less. You don't have to be around them all the time like dogs, right?
Yes, but I think the two of us, we love our doggies.
Of course.
Of course, but a fur
Yeah,
baby
even if
is a fur
made
baby.
my dog made a cotton mukbang the other day.
Oh no. Cotton mukbang. I love the terminology. Cotton mukbang. So, okay. Now, everybody,
Oh, okay.
the audience, thank you, Sir Lester, for
Thank you,
joining
Max.
me.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much. We'll be seeing each other more often for sure. So before I turn everything over and we welcome Mr. Jace Roque, I just wanted to say if you want to keep up with me, view my historical and non-historical content. My Instagram is Hannah Maxine Cruz, same as TikTok, and my YouTube is at Hannah Maxine. So New Wave will be returning to Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM via Facebook Live, Twitter Live, also known as X Live. You can catch us as a Spotify podcast and wherever you stream RK. We will be trying out new formats as well because, of course, we love music and we want to join Radio Katipunan's very music-filled summer theme. So, to the students who just started intersession, good luck. Congratulations once again to the graduating batch. And I'd like to thank Sir Lester and Sir Justin for the warm welcome back. Now, everybody, please give it up for Mr. Jace Roque. Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Coming to you live on Radio Katipunan 87.9 FM via Zoom. Some call me Hannah, some call me Max, but when it comes to what's happening, I still serve you the facts. And welcome back to New Wave. So, it's been a while. The last time we saw each other was probably like 6 months. I actually checked the calendar, and from the day of this recording, it's been exactly 6 months since my last episode. So, I'm really happy and excited to be back. It's been a while. A lot has changed, yet things feel the same but different. So, today isn't just my comeback, but it's also a very special comeback for our returning guest, actually. So, today's multi-talented guest is now an Awit Award-nominated singer-songwriter, producer, and actor. So, both on stage and on screen, he has made a name for himself and continues to shine. The last time he was here, we talked about his single Casual, and now it has grown to be a full-length album. So everybody, please welcome Jace Roque. Hi, Jace.
Hello, Radio Katipunan. It's so nice to be back and welcome back to you, Max.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to us.
Right, welcome back to us. So
Yes.
it's a fun comeback for both of us, and I am so happy that you are my comeback guest because we are kind of going through a similar thing right now. So
Mm,
Jace, how are you? Because the last time I spoke to you was in October, and so
mm,
much has happened for you career-wise.
yes.
So how have you been?
Ganun pa rin. I'm still a workaholic. And
Oh, of course.
kulang pa rin lagi tayo sa tulog. But maganda naman yung progress natin since then.
Since then, you've released a full-length album. That's something to be
Yes.
proud of. And
Mm,
okay, because you brought up actually messed up sleep schedules. I remember that was something we talked about last time as well. Na both of us are like,
mm,
oh, what is sleep, right? So
ah,
I saw on your Instagram the other day, work-life balance. So
yes.
have you achieved this, and how do you achieve this?
Ano naman, I try my best to manage my schedule. Like, yun nga yung pinost ko ng work-life balance after doing a series of appearances. After nun, bath time naman ng fur babies ko. Tapos, other stuff naman to do. Tapos ngayon naman, after a series of interviews, punta naman ako to do errands. And tonight, meron din akong event for a friend. So, yun yung work-life balance na I get to enjoy everything all in one day, and at the end of the day, I feel fulfilled dahil ang dami ko nagawa.
That's good. And honestly, that's what's important because we can do so much in a day. But what would it matter if it wasn't fulfilling? But now, can I ask you about your fur babies? How are they doing?
Ito, nandito sila kasi since nasa room ako, and afternoon na, so nagla-nap sila dito sa baba ko. Ayan.
Cute, cute, and behaved.
Yes.
Back to it. Congratulations on your new album because as I said earlier, the last time we spoke, we were literally discussing the possibility of a future album and more bodies of work.
Yes.
So I know that this has been a journey. Like I saw your post saying that this album was 7 years in the making. So how does it feel that it's out here in the world?
Ano lang, it's a big weight off my shoulders because I've had this album for 7 years and I've been teasing this parang since 2022 pa. So,
Yeah.
it's a big weight off my shoulders and super excited ako to promote, and at the same time, super excited na rin ako to move on because I've had this for a very long time na.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 7 years is a really
Yes.
long time. So it requires patience, and there was a
Mm-mm.
journey to it. So what can you
Yes.
share about the journey towards making this album?
Yung Paradiso kasi, it's my discography from all of the record labels I've been to in the past, yung international labels ko. So, I brought my discography from abroad to to local. Then
Yeah.
ini-introduce namin siya sa mainstream market through Star Music. Because prior to becoming a mainstream artist, I was an independent artist. So when I signed with Star Music in 2023, parang I felt like this was the right time to release the full album kasi ang hirap mag-mount ng album as an independent artist. And ayun na nga, the time has finally come and I'm very glad naman na ang ganda ng reception because nag-number 2 tayo on iTunes Pop Albums Chart na debut album ko tas nag-number 2 agad. So I'm very happy na it was worth the wait. Lahat ng obstacles and struggles I encountered along the way, naging fruitful naman yung outcome niya.
Just like your song, hard work pays off.
Yes.
It's really nice to see. Now, my next question actually is, I remember your last EP was entitled Inferno.
Yes.
And then now it's Paradiso. So is
Mhm.
that like intentional? Is that a thematic thing going on?
Yes, ano siya, yun talaga yung concept from the start. It's heavily inspired by Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. Pero hindi na tayo nag-create ng purgatorio
I was about to
project
ask.
because parang it feels, itong transition from mainstream to indie to mainstream felt like purgatory rin naman. Pero at least nandun yung topics from Inferno which were very heavy. Then we have Paradiso na roller coaster of emotions siya.
Yeah, but I think vibe-wise also, it's very different because Inferno, like you talked about, it was like about the struggle, the working, and then like now Paradiso, you're enjoying it. You're lifting the weight off of your shoulders.
Yes.
And yes, Purgatorio could be like your diary entry in the middle. So you also talked about how Paradiso is your journey to freedom. Please expound. What does this mean to you?
Freedom, artistic freedom, because when I first pitched this album 7 years ago, hindi pa ready yung market for EDM. The market was moving away from EDM kasi hindi nag-succeed yung pag-introduce
Oh, okay.
ng sound sa market. So they were moving towards a different direction. So ako nilaban ko pa rin. And a lot of record labels told me to tone it down kasi hindi yan makiklik sa market. Pero ako, I fought for the genre because this is authentic to me. Itong sound na to yung authentic sa akin. So I fought for it. And yun siya, until finally kapag catch up na yung market and now a lot of artists are releasing dance music na rin. And parang ako, it's high time for them to recognize my work kasi I'm one of the few artists na napupush before na ma-appreciate ng local audience ang dance music.
That's true. And I'm a believer of everything happens in the right time. And now people love this genre. It's the perfect time for it and also the perfect time of year for it because like, well, it's summer and people love like the dance music and the vibes during
Yes.
summer. Now, this is your debut album, yes? Because it's your
Yes.
first full-length album. So how does
Yes.
that compare to releasing like your EPs and your mini album?
I mean, sa EP, struggle rin naman with releasing an EP. But doing a full-length album is much more expensive and time-consuming. And it was a very long process talaga. So logistics-wise and like planning-wise, mas ang dami lang kailangan i-take into consideration.
Of course, it's a lot of
Yeah.
the technical. Now, I know that
Yes.
in this album, you also revisited a lot of songs that you had released prior to this album. So,
Yes.
for you as an artist, what was it like revisiting those songs, especially knowing now that you're in a very different place than you were back then?
I mean, the beauty is I own all of my masters, kaya ang dali for me to move my
Great.
discography from one label to another. And ang naging challenge is how to make it up to date. So with the Paradiso tracks, meron Jace's version because yung move naman was inspired by Taylor Swift's move before when she moved to a different label. But the difference is wala akong kaaway from my previous labels.
That is
I'm very
good.
much in good terms with them. So wala naging issue. And ang naging difference nitong newer versions, the Jace's versions are ano to, new masters, new vocals, new recordings, may additional layers, harmonies, and everything na even though nag-exist na yung songs before, fresh new take pa rin to.
You know, that's actually one of the things that I liked about what Taylor Swift did with her new versions, with her Taylor's versions, because she got to revisit these songs that all of us have loved and then kind of like twist it, make it new. And that's what I saw with like a lot of your tracks since I was listening to it. But then like I also noticed that you had the Jace's versions and then you had part twos. So
Yes.
what was the difference between the two?
Yung part twos are unreleased versions of the
Okay.
previous ones because like with Every Time We Touch, the original version was more atmospheric pop. It's more mellow. But
Yeah.
every time we touch part two is very much EDM. So yun yung difference niya. Then Living My Life was more electro pop. Then Living My Life part two naman is more urban R&B dance. Yun yung differences and never pa siya na-release sa market. So talagang out of all the 13 tracks, 4 dun yung bago talaga na never been heard. And the rest are my existing versions na.
So last night, actually, I was doing a deep dive and I was listening to Keep on Holding On.
Yeah,
So I was
yes.
listening to part one and part two. And parang that's where I saw your growth as an artist mostly because the first one, it sounded nice already. Like
Mm,
I really enjoyed it, like the pop. And what hits me about that song kasi is the message, like keep on holding on. So your lyrics there really spoke to me. And then like when I listened to the part two, of course, like it's the same story, the same everything, but sound wise, it was very different. And that's why I saw like, okay, this is the Jace Roque sound. With that, on artistic growth and identity, you make these changes and your songs grow with you, but how do you make sure that it stays you?
I mean, yung brand ko naman from the start has always been truthful, honest, and authentic. So I do try my best to live by those words every time I make new music na I don't want my music to be pretentious o kaya trying hard or I don't even want to go with the flow kasi I'm the type of artist na yun nga, I don't go with the flow, I go against the grain. So if everyone's doing this, I'm gonna do the opposite na dapat lumabas yung individuality ko.
That's good. And that's
Yeah.
so important. It's nice to see that you really fight for it.
Uso
For
kasi yung FOMO ngayon na parang if someone's doing this dahil nag-viral, everyone has to jump in and do this, then
That's
ganyan. Pag hindi
true.
nila nagawa, corny ka na. Pero that's not the case with music kasi pag ginawa mo yun, nothing will set you apart na from the others.
Exactly. It's also about finding that balance. So I guess like now, since most of our listeners are in the college age, how do you
Mm.
encourage them to do that, to go against the grain, to express their individuality?
During my college days na as Dean's lister ako pero lasenggero rin ako in the afternoon. So, alam mo yun na ano, like na-post ko yun the other day na fun facts about me that I was a theater kid, honor student, Dean's lister, former NCAA player. Then
Oh,
at the
that's
end,
awesome.
nakalagay is bar and club enthusiast, aka lasenggero. So, yun, may balance ng academics, may balance ng social life kasi pag nasobrahan yung isa, like pag nasobrahan ka with your academics and wala kang time for your social life, magsasuffer naman yun after you graduate kasi wala kang social skills. Kasi as much as, sige, ang taas ng grades mo, ang taas ng GPA mo, hindi siya nagtra-translate into better positions.
That's right.
Kasi ang magiging important pa rin is how you deal with people. So, kailangan talaga ng balance ng social life and ng academics. And while you're studying, i-explore mo yung self mo through self-discovery. And don't be afraid to commit mistakes kasi the best place to like commit mistakes is in school dahil hindi pa siya masyado magkakaroon ng malaking mark sa buhay mo versus kung nagkaroon ka ng mistakes as a working professional na.
Definitely. The last time we spoke, I was still a fresh grad, and I remember we were also saying like, at least when you're in school, parang the stakes of everything, it's a little more controlled than when you're out in the real world.
Yes.
Back to the album, we talked about Casual last time, but for people who may be stumbling upon this interview for the first time, let's unpack it again. So, Casual, I remember, is your Latin and reggae sounding single. So, tell us a little more about it.
So yung topic ng casual is very mature, but the PG explanation is it's about my relationship wherein it started as a one-time thing, then it blossomed into something more. And yung genre naman niya, it's dance pop infused with Latin and reggaeton sounds, paying homage to my heritage because my family is of Spanish descent. So this is how I pay respects to my ancestors and to my lolas who sadly passed away na. So majority of them kasi they always encourage me to be proud of our heritage. Then nung slowly, since mga nasa last decades na sila ng life nila, ini-insist talaga na you have to continue our traditions, you have to be proud of your heritage, your family connections, and also sabi ko, sige, I'm gonna translate this into music, pero dapat authentic pa rin siya sa akin.
And the fact that it's literally a part of you. So that's one reason why I appreciate it so much in your music as well. Now, next one, another Latin-inspired one, Love. I enjoyed
Yes.
listening to this. It's such a bop. So tell us a little more about Love. And to spice things up, what's your favorite line Like, if there's one line in this song that everyone needs to take with them, which one is it?
Yung hook na love is not an easy road.
It's also about diving head first
Mm.
deep into
Yes.
love. So
Yes.
we didn't have a Valentine's Day episode this year, so this is going to be it. How can we dive deep first into love responsibly?
I mean, you have to give it your all talaga. You have to give it your 100% kasi if you don't, if you hold back, parang what's the point of falling in love if you're not willing to give it your all? Kasi nandun naman lagi yung ano yung risk that you might get your heart broken. Pero it's part of the journey. It's part of growing up. It's part of evolving as a person. So kung masaktan ka, just recover. And when you're healed enough, you don't have to be fully healed. But when you're healed enough, then get back into the game.
What I like about you, what I'm enjoying about this interview also is you keep it very real. That's something that I think audiences and college kids especially need to see. And we don't always need to fit a certain mold. We can just be this. We can be real.
Mm-mm.
Next, Days with You,
Yes.
Jace's version. So this is
Yes.
also on the theme of love.
So yung Days with You, Jace's version was inspired by one of my closest friends. During that time kasi, ano na siya, she was about to get married, so na-release nila yung prenup video nila. Then, nakarelate ako dun sa prenup video. So, incorporate ko siya sa idea of building this song na yung prenup video rin kasi nila nasa beach sila, running sa may shoreline.
That's why tropical. Like, okay.
So, ayun, so parang ako, this is me offering myself, finding the person I want to spend my life with, and if ever, yun nga, if ever ikasal din ako, gusto ko, ito yung theme song ng prenup video ko.
Oh, thinking ahead.
Mm. Yeah.
Next up, another EDM one, which is Sober, Jace's
Mhm.
version. I need to make it clear na
Yes.
Jace's version.
Yes. Yung Sober naman, this is about my mental health struggle. And ito yung, because di ba, at an early age ako nag-party, like 16. Hindi ka pa legal pero nagpa-parties na ako na 16 ako. So, ang early ko rin nag-stop mag-party like 23, 24 because since nag-start ako at a very young age, the moment I reached my like early 20s, sawang-sawa na ako sa alcohol. So, everyone was asking me, oh, ba't hindi ka na umiinom, hindi ka na ganyan? Sabi ko, well, the reason rin naman kasi why I was drinking so much during those days because I was trying to run away from my problems kasi alcohol yung naging escape ko. And it came to a point na naging problematic na siya for me na every time may problem ka, inom ka na lang. So with Sober, tinatakal ko yung journey na yun na getting myself out of the darkness and just hoping na things will get better. Though even though I'm sober, I still need to work on things para umokay yung life mo.
Sober, pulling yourself out of that. So I think this can be applied to pulling yourself out of like anything that you may deem would be harmful to you. On self-regulation, what advice can you give for college kids?
Like siguro with studies, if you feel like nagkakaroon ka ng information overload na, take a step back. You don't have to force yourself masyado. Tapos with relationships naman, set healthy boundaries.
That's something that we always need to talk about because I feel like that's always such a recurring thing in college. You really do kind of need to pace yourself. Next, Be Someone, Jace's version. Another song about breaking free.
With Be Someone, Jace's version, it tackles yung struggle ko with meeting expectations from different kinds of people sa buhay ko, like for my family, the industry, my friends na parang, I just want to be someone that I can be proud of na without any outside voices, this is who I want to be and just let me live my life the way I wanted to.
Of course, back to authenticity. But now, okay,
Yes.
mid-album break, Jace. So a lot of these, like I said, they're never heard before songs. So like new songs, old songs. How did you choose which songs get into the album?
I mean, since binabuild ko na siya since 2017, every track I released was very strategic na
Okay.
na at the end of like completing this album, gusto ko lahat yun to be, gusto ko maging part yun lahat ng album because yun nga na I don't really release songs that hindi ako fully confident na like pag nasa studio pa lang ako na if I feel that this won't work, isa-scrap ko na yun. And
Okay.
laging merong recurring theme na even though like spaced out yung singles kasi naka-droplets lang siya nun, na magiging cohesive pa rin siya once the album is completed. So, yun siya, yun yung naging challenge and yun yung naging process of like selecting songs and building the songs na dapat yun nga, cohesive siya once it becomes a whole album.
So basically, like all of the releases you've had, like yun na, that was like what was put in the album. There were no like, oh, this would be nice, but it's not fitting, so like that.
Though may one lang ako na ayaw ko talaga sa 13 tracks, which is na napilitan ako because
Oh
ang
my
naging ang laki ng impact niya sa career ko. So that was Forever. Yun yung pinaka ayaw ko sa tracklist ko because it's Taglish. It's my first bilingual single. Pinaka-ayaw ko pa siya kasi yun yung pinaka-simple and parang I made that track out of necessity. Yun, kung ano pa yung out of necessity, yun pa yung nag-hit, yun pa yung nag 1 million views, tapos parang umabot na more than a year in promotions because nag-click yung song sa mainstream audience na parang so, kailangan ko talaga siya i-include kahit na siya yung least favorite ko out of everything I released.
Yeah, but that's life.
Like yung kay Selena Gomez, parang pinaka-hate niya sa discography niya was Come and Get It. Pero yun yung pinaka-first hit niya. Pero pinaka-hate niya kasi kinailangan niya pa mag-release ng Rihanna sounding song para lang magkaroon ng top 10 hit. So, similar sa akin yung Forever na. Ayun.
You had your pop moment. Well, I'm sure that, like, you know, that's still part of your story. That's still part of your lore. And consequently, it became one of your iconic songs. I'm going to skip Forever because you just talked about it. What about Back to the Beginning? Another, like, tropical sounding. And this one is also about meeting expectations.
Back to the Beginning naman is more on, like, my family issues in life. Na, yun nga, na I just want to go back to a point in my life where wala akong masyadong iniisip, just having innocent fun and wala masyadong real world problems. Kasi very toxic na yung environment natin ngayon, even before pa naman.
But it's one of those things, like, I have this conversation a lot actually, like with friends, with adults. It's like, sometimes we wonder, is this the world that we grew up in? Like, was it always this scary, this problematic, or did we just grow up?
I think yun lang yung since nagkaroon na ng awareness with real world problems na dun na lumalabas na it has always been like that.
Talk about a happier song. So, your choice naman. Which one would you want to talk about now?
Happier song. Kasi as you go deeper, kasi sa tracklist, pabigat siya ng pabigat eh.
Okay.
Kasi meron siyang 4 chapters like Heart, Mind, Body, and Soul. So, nandun tayo ngayon with the deeper stuff. Nasa soul part tayo.
Okay, we're in the soul. I didn't know that because like looking at the track list of songs without those parts. So can you like expound on how it is? Parang that's like the psyche, like when you start like surface level going deeper.
Ano siya, hindi naman talaga siya like blatantly published na may pero with the interviews I did, ano siya, in-explain ko dun na yung track listing is divided into 4 chapters. Yun nga, yung Heart, Mind, Body, and Soul. Yung Heart is yung first 3 tracks, yung Casual, Love, Days With You.
You're right.
Tapos Mind naman is more on the mental health stuff, like yung Sober, Be Someone, Back to the Beginning. Then Body pala yung more of a sexual exploration, Body. So it's every time we touch, day and night, forever, then di para sa'yo. Then Heart, Mind, Body. Heart, Mind, Body, Soul. Ayun, then yung Soul naman is yung like redemption part, which is yung living my life and yung Keep on Holding On part 2.
So where does Trust fall into this? That's a song that we haven't tackled yet. And this one is angsty. So which chapter does that fall under?
Nasa body, nasa body chapter siya.
Bagay na rin with your Dante theme because like Dante is in acts. So yun naman, it's in chapters. Out of all these songs, syempre, they're all for you. And kanina you talked about like, okay, I'm sorry. We're bringing back Forever. It was a decision made, of course, by you and your team also. So like when handling creative differences or differences in general, I asked you this last time, but maybe with an album, things could be a bit different. So how do you handle creative differences?
With this one naman, yung creative differences kasi is between me and myself lang talaga. Because I was given the privilege to have 100% artistic control over the project. So ang debate lang ako is yun with myself na gusto ko ba talaga to, but I should honor this dahil ang laki ng contributions nila to. sa streaming count ko, sa career ko. Tapos parang at the end of the day, yun nga, it's something that I can't deny. Nag-exist yung forever, so I have to acknowledge.
It's there. It's
Uh,
beside you. It follows you around.
mm.
Now, on being a perfectionist, like you said earlier, and in the studio, now you said like every song on this album has to be like something that you're proud of, something that you
Mm.
like. Sorry, with the exception of Forever,
Oo.
be something that you can like vibe with for the rest of your life. When do you know? Like, what are your indicators, your KPIs na, okay, this is it. We're on the right track. It's
Mm.
finished.
Kapag excited ako with a song na parang I feel like ready na ako to have this as my next single. Kasi dapat, one of my requirements is dapat excited ako when I'm producing something. Dapat may nai-evoke siya na feelings of excitement and overjoyed and lahat ng parang kilig and all na even though sad songs, dapat kinikilig ako with my sad songs. So parang if wala yung mga ganong feelings and experiences, then hindi na siya hindi na siya nagma-materialize. Either kinakan ko na yung project or dine-delete ko na yung file. Ganun.
You delete your files right away.
I mean, hindi naman right away, pero like, kunyari, if it's been sitting nasa laptop ko for like a year, tapos wala pa rin akong artistic inspiration na nakuha from it, then maybe it's time to put
Let-
this trash bin. Ayan.
But does it happen where like when you initially work on it, you start working on it, you're like,
Mm.
okay, wait, I'll put this aside. And then like a year later you come back. Does that happen in your process as well?
Yeah, meron dyan. Di Para Sa'yo. I started
Oh.
working on that track nung 2018. Then eventually, hindi na siya naging relevant sa life ko. So there was no point in releasing it. But in 2022, naging relevant ulit siya na parang art imitating life, na parang kung ano sinulat ko, yun ulit yung experiences ko. So ano na ko siya, ni-revisit ko yung song. Yung original version kasi niya was R&B. Then ni-rework ko siya into a dance track. So complete overhaul siya.
Jace, as a songwriter, like I asked you last time about like your creative processes, how you get up and write a song, how you sit down and produce. Has anything changed since then? Since we know that these things are always evolving.
I mean, same pa rin naman yung process. I still get my ideas from like when I'm showering.
Of
Kasi,
course, that's when everything just comes.
very relaxing kasi yung feeling when you're in the shower, and very ritualistic siya, therapeutic, and very calm yung environment. So, ang daming ideas na pumapasok. But in terms of like yung structure ng song score, still the same. May mga upcoming songs ako for the next album na may sing rap naman, showcasing sing rap.
wow.
So parang ganun yung naging evolution na I was challenged to make a rap verse naman for the next project.
I was about to say, wow, next project already.
Ayan, na-announce na namin na I will going straight na ako sa second album because nag-hit yung Paradiso. So straight na ulit to working on the next one.
So, okay, apart from the rap, I'm going to get to that. How different is this next one going to be? Like in terms of theme, since may Inferno ka na, may Paradiso na. So what's the next theme we're looking at?
I mean, it's an evolution, pero lagi may continuity siya, pero nag-evolve yung sound. And this one naman is gonna be co-written and co-produced by Sir Jonathan Manalo. So,
Nice.
in Paradiso is all me. This is everything I can offer to the industry. Then the next one is a collaboration, a true collaboration between me and Sir Jonathan. So I'm excited ko nung mangyayari dun because he's one of the well-known and top songwriters and producers in the country.
I was lucky enough to interview him sometime last year as well, and that was also fun. Like it was really nice to see how he goes about his songs because like he's really a hit maker.
Yeah, certified hit talaga.
Super. Okay, now rap.
Mm-mm.
Now, how did you prepare yourself for that? Okay, this is jumping into the next album, but I'm just so curious because I'm used to you being Jace Roque, the singer. So like Jace Roque, the rapper.
I mean, hindi naman siya full-on rapping, but it's more like sing-rap. Meron
Okay.
paling singing part na medyo sing-talk na ganun type na. Kasi hindi ko kaya yung full beat ng pagiging rapper. So dun tayo sa mas mellow version ng rapping, which is sing rapping.
Nice, nice. Okay, well, that's something to look forward to and something we'll
Mm-mm.
definitely discuss the next time you're here, especially when
Yes.
those songs are out in the world.
Mm-mm.
Now the world is like very different from how it was in October, don't you think?
Mm-mm.
So,
Yes.
what are now in 2024, like what are the things you like to do to unwind and like to just chill? Can't say the things you
Ah,
did last
I
time.
mean, usually, like, ano siya, hindi siya hobby, habit na siya. Naging habitual na for me to na, like, shopping. Shopping talaga. Retail therapy, yun na yung madalas kong gawin.
Oh my gosh, I feel you.
Ayun, so sabi ko, pag, kunyari, di ba, since may mga mental health struggles tayo, so kung hindi na ako nagko-consult sa psych therapist ko, doon ako kay doctor, orange app, doctor, blue app, kay doctor, ganito, doctor.
Diba?
Yun na yung
Add
mga
to,
doctors ko.
add to heart, add to cart.
Yeah. Ayun. So parang everyday meron akong china-check out, ganun.
Oh my gosh. And like, sakto, when we filmed this, it's the day after the 6/6 sale. So, okay, what are your boodles for the audience?
More on like Sephora boodles kasi yun sa akin na yan, like makeup, ganun. Kasi lagi ako nag-experiment with products that will look best sa camera, yung maganda yung register and all. So, actively nag-explore ako ng products. So, yun yung lagi kong binibili na like ganun.
Yeah, I'm a makeup girly too. And like,
Mm.
okay, we can't say brands, but then like for you, like what is your holy grail? What's something that everybody should have in their makeup bags? Like you don't need to give the brand. You can just say like
Mm.
is it contour, is it concealer?
Blotting powder. Yun yung isa sa mga na-discover ko na ang laking help.
Especially
Kasi
on
kahit na combination dry yung skin ko, nagsha-shine pa rin naman somehow. So, blotting powder helps. Mas effective siya kaysa blotting paper.
now skincare naman apart from
Well, skincare ko kasi is very like luxurious. Kasi minsan nagsa-cycle yung skincare ko from like drugstore brands to luxury brands and minsan combination. So like ngayon, yung skincare ko, yung composition ng skincare ko ngayon is like pearl powder, pearl extract powder, 24 karat gold, tas placenta, mga ganun, to keep me young looking.
I've never tried pearl powder actually.
Yeah, siya, maganda. Very glowing yung skin.
Nice. Okay, of course, skincare, makeup, that's something that gets us
Mm-mm.
excited. But actually, this is the perfect segue into your fashion because I remember like all of your pictures and your art for casual. You were like naka-black, naka-long sleeve,
Mm-mm.
and then now for
Yes.
parody. So it's very bright and happy. So obviously, it's in relation to the theme. But you personally, how do you express yourself with your style?
With my style kasi, ina-adapt ko yung fashion from the countries I've been to. So I've been to China, Korea, Japan, Singapore, and Australia. So whenever I'm overseas, tinatry ko talaga to take in yung culture and bring something na nagustuhan ko from that country. So yun na yung fashion na yun na parang since nakita ko yung mga clothes doon na parang gusto ko siya implement. Pero syempre, with our hot and humid weather, hindi ka naman lagi maka-ramp like a fashion show dito sa Philippines. So, in-incorporate ko na lang siya with my performance outfits, with my concept photo outfits na yun siya. Kaya may kita with Paradiso yung like Japanese, Korean influences ko with fashion na may halong Western fashion pa rin.
Yeah, nice. Even in the styling, actually, like it was very different. So, like earlier, you said that this album was all you. So, even in those things, you had like all of the creative, like.
Yes,
Nice.
nung photo shoot, ako direction ko. Yung direction ng photo shoot, it came from me. Yung
Nice.
clothes, handpicked by me. Ako rin bumili. The styling, ako yung nag-mix and match. I did my own makeup, tapos hairstyling and all. Even yung bleaching ng hair ko nun was DIY.
Oh my gosh, you're so brave.
Ayun. So parang yun nga, kasi gusto ko talaga i-showcase everything I can offer para siyang isang malaking resume to the industry.
Nice, actually. And what better resume than a body of work?
Yes.
Okay, next time you're here, dapat makeup tutorial with Jace Roque.
Yeah, kasi konti lang talaga yung naggaganon na male celebrities na parang it should be normalized kasi very important part yun ng career natin eh.
I mean, how much time do you save na you do it yourself? You know how. That's such a skill.
Kailangan natin maging practical din as an artist.
But it's nice to see that like the things that you like, you were able to implement. That's
Privileged
hard.
naman siya. It's something that's not given to everyone. So I'm very privileged na binigyan ako ng creative control over my project.
So what's behind you? I've been meaning to ask that.
Okay, so i-ano natin 'to, yung backdrop ko, sige hulaan mo. Ay hindi, sige sabihin ko na.
It's
Ito
your room, no?
ano 'to, behind this is my cabinet. So ito, 4 na illustration boards.
Oh,
And this stitched together using an electrical tape. Tapos this one is a table runner. So all in all, itong backdrop ko is less than 500 pesos.
we love it. We love to see a practical. I'm also in front of my cabinet.
Before kasi curtains ginagamit ko, like for the Inferno era, bawat single was a different color ng curtain. So,
That's something that we kept from the pandemic. We can do it all in our room.
yeah.
Apart from your next album, we're already looking forward to that, especially to see a new side. What's next? What can your fans look out for? What can we be expecting?
I mean, aside from new music coming later this year, hoping lang ako to get more bookings pa, especially na nag-number 2 yung album natin. I'm hoping na mas maano pa tayo, mas more appearances, more exposures, and isa rin sa wish ko is to mount a multi-city tour to promote the album. Pero tingnan natin. I'm just open to so many possibilities ngayon nga na nag-hit tayo. And right now, nag-focus muna ako sa gratefulness. Kasi during the release day, umiyak talaga ako nun. Because ang laking pressure for me. And tas nung nakita ko na nung nag-refresh na ako nung iTunes, parang, ayun na. Ang laking sigh, tas naiyak na ako na finally, it was all worth it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's 7 years of your life that you put into this. It must have felt great to see it all like pay off and have that great of an outcome. So nice. We are celebrating for you and with you. And we're manifesting all of those bookings for you. So what else on social media? What content can we expect? What other guestings if you have none?
Guestings we're still planning pa for next week. Pero
Okay.
hindi kasi ako yung type ng person who's really active on social media. Like, it might seem I'm active kasi nagpo-post ako daily, but more like post and exit lang talaga ginagawa ko.
Feel you. I understand.
Tapos meron lang akong like times of the day where I check my notifications kasi it's still part of the job. So kailangan ko mag-check ng notifications ko. Pero yun talaga. Tapos usually more like I focus on my like real world stuff. Like I focus on my life outside of social media. Pero as far as work goes, yun lang, actively promoting my music lang talaga. And yun nga, very work-life balance nga siya. So, pwede naman sila mag-follow sa social media accounts ko to stay updated sa mga professional things happening in my life.
Nice. Okay. So before I ask you to invite people to listen to your album, another recurring theme I saw from today is both patience and grit, because your career, like you're so young, but your career has gone through so many different phases. And like this album in itself, as we said, it took a while to come out, but it was all worth it. So for anyone, any artist who's like starting out, going through their building phase, what advice can you give on patience and grit?
Advice ko for patience is, it's something you have to learn along the way kasi when I was starting out, hindi naman talaga ako patient. But eventually, yun nga, patience is something you learn. Patience is a virtue, as cliche as it may sound. Pero yun talaga, as you go deeper into the industry, you learn na yun nga, everything has a right time. Na you have to really wait for your time. And with yung perseverance and grit naman, just do what you love and love what you do. Yun ay pinaka-simple na pwede kong sabihin. And wag fame yung maging driving factor ng career mo.
That's good. So thank you, Jace. I'm sure a lot of people will be inspired by everything you shared with us today. So before we say goodbye to our audience and our guests, and before I ask Jace to invite you all to listen to his music once again, please allow me to thank a few people first, because this has been New Wave. So thank you to Teo and Sir Justin for helping me mount this episode. Thank you to Bea and the Star Pop team for always helping us get these episodes together. Don't miss out. Follow me on Instagram at Maxine Cruz to see what's up. You can catch the replay of this episode and many more on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM's Facebook page, YouTube, and Twitter Live or X Live, all of which go by at Radyo Katipunan. We are also available as a podcast on Spotify under the name New Wave. But most of all, thank you to our guest, Jace. It was so nice to have you back. I'm so glad you're the comeback episode. Congrats on your album. I'm sure a lot of people, as I said earlier, will be inspired. So please, The floor is yours. Invite people to listen, to stream, and tell the world what you want.
Yeah. So again, guys, Paradiso is available in all digital platforms worldwide. It's under Star Music. This is my debut album. So thank you so much. And again, I want to thank my fans for supporting Paradiso during its release day because number 2 tayo on iTunes, right behind Taylor Swift. So that's a very big
Oh!
achievement for me. Kasi mahirap i-beat si Taylor Swift. So, ayun. And you can follow me on my social media accounts. It's Jace Roque all across social media. And please do follow Star Music's page as well for more updates about my career. And yun nga, I hope we get to see each other again very soon.
I'm sure it'll be very soon since you are very ready for what's coming next. We're rooting for you. We're looking forward to that. And once again, we'll see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you. So once again, I'm Hannah. Some call me Max. When it comes to what's happening, I'll serve you the facts. And this has been New Wave. We'll be seeing you again very soon.